Hi guys, today I wanted to go over why I think it might be a good time to buy NEO. So NEO is trading at about $34 today, which is a drop about 50% from its all-time high at around $63 earlier in the year. That's number one, like it's already dropped so much due to the delisting concerns and a weaker Q4 outlook given by them. These are all to me temporary, and I'll get into more of that later. The one thing I want to look at is the market cap of NEO versus other EV companies. Okay, and this is just insane to me. So NEO is at 55 billion today, and it's trading lower than Lucid, which is at $62 billion. So basically, if I'm considering between buying NEO or Lucid, can someone explain to me why would I buy Lucid over NEO? Right, so Lucid hasn't done anything yet. They've shipped barely any cars, and NEO is delivering this year about 90,000 cars. Let's say 100,000 cars. So that's the thing, right? NEO to me has already demonstrated that they can deliver cars. They can ramp up their production. They're still a relatively young company, and they're already doing 100,000 cars per year, and they've been doubling every year since they've started production. They're already 1/10 the production size of Tesla, even though they are 1/20th the size of market cap of Tesla. Elon has stressed this many times that getting a prototype to work is very easy, but getting mass production is very hard. And so the market is pricing in that Rivian and Lucid, that they can do mass production successfully, whereas NEO has already demonstrated that it can do mass production successfully. So I really don't understand why Lucid is worth more than NEO. So that alone, like, to be honest, ignore everything else in the video. This alone there's like an arbitrage opportunity here. That, like, NEO is definitely looking very undervalued, as well as XPeng, very undervalued compared to a Lucid, which has yet to prove itself. Right? What else? Let's look at NEO deliveries from 2019 to 2021. You can see that they're doing a doubling from 2019 to 2020. Some quarters not so good, some quarters a bit better, but basically they're doing a doubling of sales in a year. And in 2021, they are on track to hitting 90,000 deliveries, which is again a doubling. So if they do that again in 2022, you're looking at about 180,000 cars or 200,000 cars next year, which is very impressive. Let's take a look at how it compares versus Lucid. So Lucid is going to deliver less than 1,000 cars in 2021, basically nothing. There are projections that next year, and these are just them saying that they haven't shown us the capability that they can do this yet, but they are, in fact, in 2021, they've missed this estimate by a lot. I recall in their initial estimates, this number was a lot higher. And they've shown they can only do 1,000. So this is how difficult production really is. And so now they're just pulling numbers out of their ass and saying that next year, they can do 20,000, 2022. Now, let's say they can do that. That's still below what NEO is already doing at 100,000 run rate this year. And next year, they'll be getting close to 200,000. So what are some of the fears, right, that's driving NEO stock price down? So I think one is October deliveries were really bad, right? It's the first time they shown a year-over-year decline. But this is a one-time event, right, where restructuring and upgrades of manufacturing lines and supply chain volatilities. And because of this, their Q4 outlook is also not looking very strong, because obviously, so in Q4 outlook, they're saying blah, 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 representing an increase of 34% from same quarter, but a decrease from last quarter, a decrease from 2021. So because of October numbers, it's going to drag down. And so the market was sort of pricing that in. And they've already shown that in November, they already had a good bounce back, which is, they're showing a 105% increase from a year ago. So it sounds like the October decrease is more like a one-time event, right? So what else is driving NEO stock price down? Obviously the fears of delisting, right? So again, this I almost view this as a very good opportunity. So there's been so much fear about Chinese stocks getting delisted. But if you really think about what's happening or what happens when a stock gets delisted, you still hold the stock, right? You just can't trade it in the stock exchange anymore, but you still own shares of the company, right? Your shares won't just magically go away. It's just that now I can't trade on the US stock exchange for my NIO stock. So there might be a short-term hit to the stock price, but I still own a portion of the company. So if the company does very well, my stock will still carry value. So that's number one. Number two, a company like NIO is not just going to get delisted in the US stock exchange and not do anything about it. They're already looking into listing in Hong Kong. I believe they're actually listed in the European stock exchange. So the market cap of the company is still going to be the market cap of the company. Just because it's not listed in the US stock exchange doesn't mean that the stock price of the company should be depressed forever, right? That doesn't make any sense. So if the company is doing very well, selling lots of cars, the market cap of the company will eventually follow the business fundamentals, regardless of where the stock is listed, right? I might have some short-term concerns about them getting delisted on what you can do to the stock price, but long-term, many years, this is to me a really good opportunity to buy Chinese stocks right now. Okay, let's look at more numbers for NIO, right? So again, the trends just look really good. So all the trends are really positive. Revenue, growth, income, slowly getting to zero. That's the other thing with NIO. When they cross from loss-making to profit-making, that's going to be another major catalyst. And their margins are also looking really good, right? You can see improvement pretty much quarter over quarter. So financial indicators look really healthy. Okay, now my next point is the product good? Because if I invest in a company, I want to make sure that they do have a good product. So let's take a look at this review from Clean Technica, and I think it's one of the more credible reviewers out there. Let's just go right to the conclusion.
Review of the NIO ES8. Ideally, we'd want to spend a lot more time with the vehicle and subject it to a bunch more tests before making a final verdict, but that'll have to wait till a later time. And for now, I just want to make sure that I've succeeded at driving home this one very important point. I've been in a lot of different electric vehicles, and none have managed to impress me this much, except maybe Tesla. Like, if I could have any electric car that I wanted, like my top two choices would be between the Tesla Model X and the NIO ES8. When it comes to actual realistic budget, my choice then lies between the Tesla Model Y and the NIO ES8. Again, right now, only two things would make me lean a bit more towards Tesla. One of them is full self-driving capability.
So basically, he's just saying that the car is really good, and NIO would be his second choice EV car versus a Tesla. I also just want to show you guys the performance of the car.
The car accelerates ridiculously fast for an SUV. It has that fantastic electric kick to it, and the 0 to 50 time, let's have a look. Go! And so we hit 0 to 50 kilometers an hour, or 0 to 30, in 2.3 seconds. Moving on. Got it. And then technically it jumps from 99 to 103 at the 4.8 second mark, but really it hits 100 or 60 in 4.7 seconds, which will count as our final score. And then for those interested, we hit 130 or 80 miles in 6.6 seconds. So here's a chart of various Model X speeds from 0 to 100, including the 2021 refresh and Plaid. Here we compare our ES8 results. So 3 user tests and 1 official number from Tesla. From 0 to 50, 2.3 seconds. Identical. 0 to 100, 4.7 seconds, which would be the user test and match the Model X's official speed test.
Okay, I just wanted to show that snippet. The performance of the car is almost as good as the Model X, and for a cheaper price. Yeah, okay guys, so basically I'm long NIO. Other catalysts are the opening of their Hefei production plant, which will start manufacturing cars in Q3 next year. That's exciting. Number 2, also broadening their markets out to Europe. They have launched a NIO House, which is their retail store in Norway, and the reception has been pretty good. Number 3 is, and I think this is the big one, when NIO starts to turn a profit rather than from loss making, which could be even as early as end of next year or 2023, I think, based on the trend that we're seeing today. So that's just want to share my thoughts on NIO. I am very interested to hear what you guys think about NIO. Do you guys agree? Do you guys think it's not a good company to invest in right now? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.